Felix Trinidad says, I believe in Ugas. He will make us all proud in the Spence fight. Who's us?
Push the weight in no flex. Flex the livest one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Boxing scene. Link will be in the description. Felix Trinidad, Hall of Fame fighter. He recently joined WBA welterweight world champion Odanis Ugas for a virtual press conference to preview Ugas' upcoming welterweight championship unification class against WBC and IBF champion Errol the Truth Spence. The fight takes place on April 16th, Saturday. Showtime pay-per-view, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. PBC card. In one of the most heavily hyped bouts in welterweight history, Trinidad stunned Oscar De La Hoya in their welterweight unification class in 1999. I personally believe Oscar De La Hoya got robbed in that fight, but whatever. Trinidad was very impressed by Ugas' most recent victory when he outboxed 8th division champion Manny Pacquiao over 12 rounds and retained his WBA strap. When I watched the Manny Pacquiao fight, I watched Ugas represent Cuba in an amazing way. I believe that Ugas can emulate what he did against Pacquiao in the fight against Spence. His speed, his position is going to wow the crowd in this fight, Trinidad said. This is going to be a fight of a champion against a champion. When I fought De La Hoya, I knew that I had to go all out and couldn't leave anything in the tank. I believe in Ugas, and I believe he's going to make us all proud. Who's us? Let me read that again. I believe in Ugas, and I believe he's going to make us all proud. Is he talking about the fans overall? Who's us? You know, I'm already proud of Ugas. He whooped Manny's ass. He had Jinky feeding him his grits the next morning. He couldn't even see the plate. I'm trying to figure out who's us. Trinidad has studied Spence's style of boxing and saw several openings where a boxer like Ugas can capitalize. He says, Errol has a lot of range. Errol is a rangy, tall southpaw. Instead of trying to go up against their right hand, I wanted to let a southpaw throw their biggest shot and dodge it so that I could deliver my most powerful shot. I tell Ugas to let Spence throw that left hand, dodge it, Trinidad said. Counter. Ugas' best attributes are the ones that are the most similar to mine. So now he's comparing Ugas to himself. It's the conditioning and the mentality. Oh boy. He brings what he works on in training and uses it to fight so well. I didn't know he was an Ugas fan like that. But let me read on. He brings that preparation into the ring just like I used to. It makes me believe in him, and I know that he's going to do well. I would tell Ugas to stay close and be on the offense. Don't let Spence come to you instead. He said, don't let Spence come to you instead. The jab with the right hand and the uppercut with the left is the best combination that will work for you. That's the article. And here is my opinion. First of all, I'm still stuck on this. Who's us? Make us proud? What are you talking about, Tito? What you talking about? What are you trying to say? It will make us proud? What are you saying, my dude? Did you just say Ugas reminds you of yourself? As far as determination, okay, maybe. Stylistically, that's a negative, K. No. Tito, you put all your weight on your front foot. That was absolutely wrong. You had a thunderous left hook, but let me point something out, man. You see, when you was rocking knots back in the 90s, there was no social media, but the word in the industry was you and your dad used to play with those hand wraps. I had William Joppy on my show about maybe a year or two ago now. He said after the first round, the first knockdown, whichever round it happened, he said he don't remember anything. He was fighting on instinct. When you hit him, he looked like a deer caught in the headlights, like he'd never been hit like that before in his life. Fernando Vargas prior to that had the same situation. All right. Before that, y'all know I have Freddie Pendleton on my show. And I showed all of you what happened in the Freddie Pendleton fight. Freddie was outboxing him, toying with him. And then comes out, I believe, in round 5. He's in the fight, and then he backs up. He winces. Tito hits him in the body. He partially blocks it. Freddie hits the floor, and he has this dazed look in his face, sort of like he'd been drugged. When I saw that live, I said, damn, I think Freddie threw that fight. Some 25, damn near 30 years later, I speak to Freddie. I said, man, did you throw that fight? He said, no. My trainer put something up my nose, and it took effect that round. I said, you sure, Freddie? He said, yo, listen, we didn't make that much scratch, but my trainer bought a big-ass house after that fight, and he didn't get it off of the check that we made. So you got a lot of things going on there, Tito. Now, leading up to that fateful night, you see the picture right here when B-Hop beat you like a drum. What people seem to remember, they forget, Brother Nas caught y'all doing something strange with y'all gloves back then. And if y'all didn't change whatever was going on in the back, Nas said, we ain't fighting. I believe it was the hand wraps. The hand wraps was changed. You came out. And if you look at the first round, you caught Bernard Hopkins flush off of the break. You hit him with that left hand and snapped his head back, and he didn't go anywhere. I said, oh, wonder how that happened. And he proceeded to whip your ass and stopped you. Yeah. Now, you did come back and you beat some people you were supposed to beat. Ricardo Mayorga, you'll beat him with body shots. And somebody else, the name escapes me. You had a fight after B-Hop, I believe, in Puerto Rico. Then you came back and fought Winky Wright, and you couldn't throw a rock into the ocean. I remember that well. Then you disappeared, and then came back to make some money with Roy Jones. Couldn't do nothing with him. Got dropped twice in that fight. And you're lucky it happened then. Because if you fought Roy in the 90s, you'd have had to go in foe. But I don't know, you've taken a liking to Ugas because his mindset reminds you of yourself. It reminds you of yourself. Fine. This us thing, I'm reading between the lines. But I love that term, us. Make us proud, fine. He's going to make you proud, great. But when I speak on black fighters, and these two guys are black, make no mistake about it. Felix Trinidad is a black man. He's a black Puerto Rican. He grows his hair out as snappy, just like mine. Dennis Ugas, I know he looks like a cancer patient here. He shaves his head off, but he has hair. When he grows it out as snappy, obviously he's a black man. But I'm talking about black fighters in general. All we got is us. So if Tito could get up here and say he's going to make us proud, I got to believe he's talking about his Latinos. Fine. I have no problem with that. I caught it. I have no problem with that. Black fighters, black fight fans, all we got is us. To quote Onyx, these evil streets is rough. Ain't no one we can trust. Either roll with the rush or get rushed. Because all we got is us. Boxing is the evil streets. Y'all better wake up, man. Y'all better support Devin Haney. Y'all better support Errol Spence. You better support Bud. You might not like how Bud or the Charlos move. I don't like how they move business-wise or whatever. But that's for me to critique. I'm not going to let some racist jump up in my comment section and be like, yeah, Drew, the Charlos. Yeah, Drew, Floyd. Yeah, Drew. Yeah, Drew, Bernard Hopkins. And get no. I remember you. You was calling them the N-word just 5 years ago. Don't come over here telling me, nah, I'm glad you seen the light. I'm glad you're not like them. Get out of here. It's a family affair. I critique my brothers and sisters because I want them to be better. And I know they can be. But then again, I could be overthinking shit, right? Right. But I don't think so. Y'all let me know what you think. Bronx on deck. Move!